I guess there's two different answers to that. I think one is there is a clear distinction between transient sort of dysregulation, where I'm kind of was fine, and then something basically happened, little thing, could be big, could be little. Sometimes the little things are speaking to something bigger, hidden, and I just get irritable. And I'm just, and we all had that experience. Oh, just I'm one of those days, and everyone's annoying me, and da da da. And so one answer would be that there's a distinction between that and long-term dysregulation, which is kind of almost formed into a personality trait. There's one thing to say, I'm in my example, my personal example, to be like, I am going to do this project by myself. There's another thing to persistently, without realizing, reject any type of support that might present itself. They're two slightly different things. So there is a distinction in one sense. In another sense, what I actually say is that, and I tread carefully in saying this, but if you find yourself kind of getting irritable or feeling distracted or procrastinating or, you know, being really quite on your smartphone the whole time or whatever it might be, whilst that kind of gets trivialized a bit by culture, I would always see it as a bit of a canary in the gold mine. And one of the best questions you can ask yourself is, what am I trying to avoid? What am I not willing to feel in this moment? And as salespeople, it's brutal out there because we're constantly, as Corinne really elegantly put at the beginning, we're constantly being faced with 1,000,001 different stories that we can create off the base of the basics of facts that basically suggests that we're no good or we're not doing good enough or and all of those other things that I mentioned about myself. I'm sure you folks have had your own experience of that. And to be able to stop and pause and drop and be like, wow, I'm on my screen because I don't want to feel this thing. This thing might be that, oh God, I think I'm just a fraud, for example. To be able to come into relationship with that feeling, and that's where how do I deal with stress or how do I deal with thoughts? There's best practice in that. I think it's one of the most powerful things you can learn how to do is begin to become better at feeling, not just feeling better, if that makes sense.